All right, so this video is for career changers and my process for helping you go from where you're currently at to where you want to be. There's a lot of steps that go into this, but I kind of summarized it in about 5 steps, and then I'll go straight into them. But let me tell you what those steps are. So, first, what are your career goals? What's your passion? What is it that you enjoy doing? So that's step one. I work with you to figure out where it is, what it is that you want to do. Step two, what are your finances? Where are you at in terms of weekly, monthly, yearly finances? Three, how's your networking? And that doesn't just mean being on LinkedIn, it's much more than that. Four, is there something that you're called, like that you're just really interested in? Is there a job or a career that you're interested, but perhaps need more skills or education to achieve that? So we discussed that. And five, I help you create a timeline and a game plan in order to achieve that. So those are 5 ways that I help you get ready from and go from where you are to where you want to be in terms of your career and your finances. So now let's go more into details of how that works. In terms of your career and your passions and what it is that you want to do, perhaps you're in an office support position currently and you are ready for that supervisory managerial position, but you know that you're not going to achieve that where you're at for one reason or another. Sometimes, all the positions are filled, there's just no upward mobility, things like that. So you know that you need to transition or you need to go into apply for a different company or a different business. So we take the time to really dive. Myself, I went from an office position to HR. How I did that, there's different steps. So we look at that. We dive into different career paths that you may be interested in. We go through pros and cons. What do you think you love about it? Perhaps you need to have conversations with someone that's in that field to get a better sense and idea of what it is that they do on a daily basis and see if it's truly what you want to do. So we work on that, identifying those key tasks and responsibilities that you want to be able to enjoy or are already enjoying and just want to do more of. All right, step 2 is with your finances. So we really dive into your finances and see what is it that you, at a minimum, so it's like good, better, best when it comes to your finances. What's the minimum? What's better? What's the best? Ideally where you want to be. But you need to know a starting point. Like, I'm going to leave this job, because a lot of times you have to, especially if you're pivoting to a completely new career and you don't have as much experience, sometimes you do need to take a pay cut. But if it's really something you enjoy, then it may be worth it. But you need to figure out, the buffer, how you're going to do that transition without getting into debt more because your finances are out of whack. So we really break down what's your bare minimum, what's ideal, like that you need more, and what's like where you really want to be. Like, that is where you absolutely want to be, but you understand that sometimes, especially when you're pivoting into a new field, you've got to have a buffer financially in order to be able to do that jump. All right, building a professional network. Like I mentioned before, when we're identifying your career goals, it's identifying key people or businesses or companies that offer what you want. So that may mean that if you have no LinkedIn presence, that you create a LinkedIn profile and start finding those key people that will help you achieve the goal that you're wanting. It might mean going and discovering groups or networking events locally in your area where you can go in and meet other people face to face and say, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. So it's building that confidence to be able to do that. So I work with you to create a plan so that you're connecting with the right people and being able to make that a lasting first impression, because you only get one opportunity to make a first impression. Step 4, developing your skills and expertise. When you're pivoting, sometimes you do need to build up the skills. Does that mean you need to go volunteer somewhere? Does that mean you need to take a course or a training? Does that mean you see if you have the opportunity to take on additional responsibilities where you're currently at? in order to build some of those skills that you're going to need somewhere else. So whether like what is it that you're going to need for the next step? Training, certification, professional development, education, things of that nature. We identify that, we go from there. And just to help you, someone once told me that the more you learn, the more valuable you are, to keep learning something new every day. And that's something that I personally strive to do on a daily and consistent basis. So perhaps that's something that you can do, whether it's YouTube University, as I like to call it, and so many other people, or Google, or are you watching videos? There's so many things out there now that you can do. LinkedIn Learning. So we look at that. What is it that what skills and experience do you need for the next step? And then we create a timeline and we get this to-do list going, the action plan. What are we going to do first? What are we going to do? Maybe we're doing 2 or 3 things simultaneously because they all go together. Or maybe we need to focus on one area for a little bit and put pause on something else because it becomes too much becomes overwhelming. So I help you with all that. I help you create that action plan, go step by step in order to achieve the ability for you to pivot careers. Because at the end, my goal is to ensure that you're transforming your life, career, and finances in a way that works for you, your family, and what it is that you want to do. So those are 5 ways that I take my clients through when they are wanting to do a career transition, or they're, whether it's from one job to another, from one job to a different career path, whatever it may be. You want to have a game plan for how to achieve that goal. And so if you are currently debating, struggling, contemplating, like, I'm not happy what I'm doing, or I wish I could do more, or I really enjoy this, but I don't know what type of job I can do, give me a call. Let's have a conversation of how I can help you transform your life, career, and financials into something that you want to do and makes you happy. My name is Jocelyn. I'm a career and financial coach at BH Financial Coaching Services. If you need help, schedule a time and let's have a chat. See how I can help you achieve your goals.